Okay, this is gonna be a super mediocre makeup video. Actually, I'm not even doing my makeup. I'm just like getting on here to explain some things since I just changed up my makeup. What am I saying? I'm like all over the place right now. And the lighting is horrendous in this guest bathroom. But as y'all know, I switched over to the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation, and I actually have it in 2 colors. I'm gonna sit up on the counter. That's what I'm gonna do because I have a lot to say. Let's do that. This clearly has not been planned at all. Can you tell? Hi. Okay. Me again. Are you too far away? Let me move you right here. That picture is from Target for anyone that's gonna ask. Okay, so I have, let's see, this is in Fresco, and this one is actually pretty white. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty white. It actually kind of like ghosted me out a little bit, but for winter, I think that is a great option. I wasn't sure of like what color to go because I didn't go in and get tested for a color, but a ton of bloggers that I follow use the shade Cashew to match their face to their body whenever they spray tan, which as y'all know, I do spray tan. And I never do it on my face because I break out so bad. So that is the option that I have to do. I have to match my face to the rest of my body. So Cashew has worked great. I really, really love it. I think sometimes, like if I'm on the very, very end of my spray tan train, it may look a little bit too dark, but I don't really care. As long as my face looks smoother than a baby's butt, that's fine. I'm gonna have a sweater on anyway, so it doesn't need to match my arms. So, I put this on with my like Sigma brush. Rewind. First, I put on my Urban Decay. It's like a smoothing primer, so I will link that in this post too. So I put this on, feels great on my skin, and then I just like put this on the palm of my hand, and it lasts so long. Like I posted this, and I think I had like over 50 girls message me and say that they have had this bottle since like February. Like it's lasted them so long. So that should make you feel better about spending the money. So I just put this in the palm of my hand, and then I just like dab it all over and rub it in. And at some point I will get to like a full-blown makeup tutorial. I just don't foresee that happening in the next month or so, and I feel bad leaving y'all hanging, especially since this is so expensive and I've been like talking about it. So I put that all in. Depending on how like good I want to feel that day, it usually doesn't happen. I just like have this left over. It's like a concealer. I either use the Maybelline, I can't remember what the name is. I ran out, and this was underneath my sink in my makeup bag. So this is what I've been using since I haven't gone to the store to get a new one. So I will just dab this under my eyes, but I have, that's in my old makeup tutorial if you want to see how I do that. I'll also link that here. But back to the foundation, after I do this, and then sometimes this, but rarely, I'll get out just like this really like puffy brush, and I'll either use this L'Oreal translucent setting powder, and it shut it all the way, or the e.l.f. one. Like I said, I ran out of the e.l.f. one and have this one underneath my sink too. So that's what I've been doing. But I will just like dip this all over the place, and I mean it's like sawdust. I mean it's so fine, you can barely even feel it. So I'll just dip that all over the place and set my makeup and let it sit there for a couple minutes, and I have extremely oily skin, like extremely. So if you're one of those girls that doesn't, that's what I love about this foundation. It goes for any type of skin, but I just need like extra stuff to soak it all up because it ain't pretty like come lunchtime. So I use this like right after my liquid, and it's just clear, can't see it, it just like sets it into your face. And then after I use this setting powder, which I'll link everything in a second, I use this Bare Minerals matte It's like a loose, powder. I guess I don't know, I guess some people use this just as foundation rather than the liquid, but I like to do all three just because I feel like it makes it a prettier like matte finish, and it helps from keeping everything like getting oily all throughout the day. So I use this and I just like dump it into the lid, and I just get this big brush. It's that Sonia K or Senia Ka, or I don't know, the Target one that's like really pretty. That's the brand, and it's a powder one. And I just like dip it in the lid, and I just put it in like right here on my forehead, right here on my chin, and then underneath my eyes, and I just kind of like buff it out to make it all blend in. And this color, Golden Fair, is actually perfect for the cashew. I really like was super ballsy doing that because it was expensive, and I didn't go in to get tested on anything. I was just like, I'm gonna try this out, and they actually blend really, really well together. So I love that. This is like my base foundation for everything. So, okay, I really need to like shut the lid on this. What am I doing? So first off, this, my primer, then Estee Lauder foundation. Then I set it with this like L'Oreal or e.l.f. setting powder, either one. I have both. Like I said, I just haven't been in the store yet. And then I top it off with the Bare Minerals matte Golden Fair like loose powder. And then I use this NYX bronzer, and I just like kind of do my cheekbones. And then I got a sample of the NARS blush, and it's called Orgasm. And I got a sample of it, and I really, really loved it. So I was like, I'm gonna splurge and order that because I've heard so many great things about it. And I do really, really love it. Y'all know that I usually do a mix of the Urban Decay Kiss Off and Score together, and I like load it up, but I'm trying to like break away from loading up that much blush. I do love the NARS one, but I don't know, I'm really picky about blush, so it takes me a while to kind of like switch over and decide if I fully like it. I feel like this is, you could probably find a drugstore one that's not as expensive.
What are you doing?
I'm talking about my makeup.
Weirdo.
Whatever, get out. You can find a drugstore one that's not as pricey. I just really liked the sample whenever they sent it to me with all of this stuff. And I don't know if I was just so excited about all my new makeup that I was like, I'm gonna go order that. But I do really like it. Supposedly it lasts a really, really long time, so maybe I'll justify it. I don't know. I still use it every day, so I'm not like saying anything bad about it. It is kind of pricey, so if this doesn't last me like a solid year and a half, then I'm gonna be pretty salty about it. So that's my take on that. Yeah, so I usually use this, or I use the Urban Decay stuff. And then lots of questions lately about my brows. I don't get them done. I just like brush them out with this NYX brow pencil in the shade Espresso. I just like my brows to be darker. So I brush those out, and I always start from like the tips outwards and then fill them in from there. And then I've been trying to figure out like new lip combos, and I heard great things about the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner, and I really do like the color of it. I wore it one day, like not on stories with you guys, so you guys haven't seen it yet. But then I couldn't figure out how to sharpen it. I think it needs like a special sharpener or something, I don't know. Or maybe my sharpener just is cheap, which is probably the most accurate part of that. So I need to play with this a little bit more. I really do like it, and supposedly it's like wonderful and lasts forever, and it did last quite a bit that day. We did like all the things, but lately I've been using this MAC Soar liner, and I absolutely love it. I used to use this NYX Peekaboo Neutral, and it just goes so quick. Like, I will put it on, and then, I mean, by noon, it's like my lip liner has already gone away, which is pretty unusual. Usually it doesn't go that quick, especially the lip liner. So, I did this, and then the NYX, what was it? Lingerie baby doll. Yeah, that was it. And then recently I switched over to the MAC Love You Back, which was the mini tube, and I was still using that with the NYX liner, but this past week I've been using the MAC Soar lip pencil with the MAC Faux lipstick, and I love it. This stuff stays on all day, and a big trick that I have for you guys that a lot of people ask is I line my lips with my lip liner, and then I go in and I will like fill in my lips with this color, so it acts as kind of like a base for my lip color, and then I'll put my lip color on top of that, and I feel like that helps it stay on throughout the day, because even if your lip color starts to come off, then you still have a base of color that matches this perfectly, and lip pencil tends to stay on way better than your actual lip color. So that's a really good tip, to fill your lips in with it just before you put this color on. So I love this one. The girl also told me, I just like got taken advantage of at the MAC counter. I have never gotten designer makeup before. I've always been a drugstore girl, and I was so intrigued by this, so I got it, and then I ended up having to go to Nordstrom the day after, and I just got taken advantage of. They had so many good things. So I've never done this before, but I don't know. I'm starting to think that splurging on certain items are okay. Like brow pencils, never. Blush, that was stupid of me. I probably shouldn't have paid that much for blush. I would stick to drugstore for that. Mascara, always drugstore, since I put my lashes on top of it. Bronzer, always drugstore. But like lip products and your actual foundation itself, I feel like have made a world of difference. I mean, even from you guys commenting, being like, oh my gosh, I saw you on stories today. What the heck did you do different with your makeup? Like, it makes a huge change. And the first day, I'm not kidding, I walked out of the bathroom, I put this on. I didn't tell Jake because he would whoop my ass if he knew how much I spent on liquid foundation. So I didn't say anything to him, and I walk out and we get in the car, and he was like, why does your face look so smooth? Like, what did you do? Like, he was blown away, and I was just like, nothing. And I just kind of hid it for a second, and he was like, would not stop looking over at me, and he's like, I'm not kidding, I've never seen your face look like this, because I've had acne forever. And finally I told him, and he was like, well, you need to not ever buy anything again, because your face looks bomb. So I could dye my hair like black, and the kid would not even notice, and he noticed how good my face looked with this. So I kind of feel like splurging on those are worth it now, just that I'm getting older, and I don't know, I feel like that's like a part of getting older, buying better makeup. I don't know, but I'm still a drugstore girl for the majority of it. So I also got the Really Me color from MAC, and I haven't tried that yet, but it's more of like a dusty rose nude color. And then this one that I've been wearing that y'all have been loving is the faux one, and it's more of like a pink, and that's what I've been wearing every single day. So that's my makeup routine, and then obviously my magnetic lashes, which I'll have to do an updated video for that again soon, since I get questions out the wazoo about them. So, and my little makeup tray is from IKEA, just like everything in our house is from IKEA. So that's about it. Like I said, I'm gonna do a full-blown video maybe one day when I'm not so talky and don't talk your ear off about nonsense when I'm not even doing my makeup. I'll film one for y'all when I like do start to finish. It's just been so busy, so I wanted to like give y'all the lowdown of how I do it. So I will post this on my blog, and I do it all in like the same way that I do my other makeup. I just switched out this and then added this, obviously, and like switched my blush in my lip colors, but I didn't switch like the process, if you know what I'm saying. So I hope that helped. This was very impromptu. I was just in my bathroom doing a bun tutorial and was like, might as well add it to the gram, give the people what they want, you know? So I'll post this up on the blog and link everything below it with the shades for y'all. So I hope that helps.